Hey, Tony Gaskins here. No, you can't see me, but it's dark, it's nighttime, and I'm driving. But the message that matters more than being able to see me, you might be able to see me through the street lights a little bit, but had this message on my heart. And it's something that I do to just remind myself, and it's something that I work on, because contrary to popular belief of women and to lying men, there's a lot of men online be lying, but what you have to realize is that the male mind is very adventurous, from a boy to a man, and it has nothing to do with love and all of those other things. The male mind is gonna run. The devil is gonna tempt. And then people don't believe in the devil. Like, oh, it ain't the devil. It ain't temptation. That's just you. No, it is such thing as a evil spirit, and there is spiritual warfare, good versus evil. What you have to realize is that a man's mind is always going to wander and always going to wonder. W-A-N-W-O-N. And that is why the good book says that we must be renewed. Because when you are renewed, you become a new creature. And when you resist, the devil will flee. It does not mean forever, though. And that's what you have to realize. And when you are a man who has been a womanizer or a cheater, it's no different than, it's different, but it's the same as being a former addict. Because what you have to realize is that the only thing that's happening is a chemical release into the bloodstream. So the way that drug, or the way that alcohol, or the way that orgasm reacts in the body, and what is released into the bloodstream, that oxytocin or dopamine, serotonin, whatever you getting, is just altering your chemistry. And the brain starts to say, hey, that felt good. I need that again. I need that again. And so some people get that from their hobby. Everybody get it from a hobby or something they do. So it's like when you go shopping, they call it retail therapy, because you're getting a release. Every time you spend money, you get a release. If you sew, if you fish, if you sing, if you dance, if you cook, if you clean, whatever it is that gives you that release, your brain starts to crave it. But here's the thing. When it comes to cheating, and this could be related, you could do the same practice with drug use, alcohol use, whatever it is. But when it comes to cheating, I'm gonna tell you what I take and do is, if the devil say, hey, man, you could get you a little something now. Hey, you could sneak in and get you a little something, man. Hey, but that's something new. Woman over there probably don't even know who you is. Whatever it is that'll go through my mind from the adversary, because you got to understand, this is very real. That's why you see pastors get a divorce. That's why you see pastors and presidents and principals and police officers cheat on their wife. You would like to believe that this man has achieved so much and he's come so far that he would never cheat. But it's a thrill, it's a high, it's a chase. And then sometimes it's retaliation. Sometimes it's from frustration, from anger. It's different things that bring it about. I want you to equate this to an addict. If they go through something, if they've been clean, and then boom, they lose their most loved person, and that drive them to drink, or that drive them to get high, or they get mad at somebody, or they go through a divorce, they go through a breakup. Something puts them in this state, and they in a state and they say, I need to change this state. My mind is here, I feel stuck, I need to change this state of mind. I know what to do it. And then boom, voila. But then on the other side of it, they come right back down off that high. The same thing happens with womanizing, manonizing, if that's what y'all ladies doing. You gonna get a little high, you gonna get your little fix, and then you gonna come down on the other side. And then you're gonna have that clarity. And you're gonna be like, whoa, what in the world that I done did? And I remember every relationship I was in, I was a cheater. And any time. And the reason why I was cheating just because I wanted to. Because I thought it was a thrill, thought it was fun, sneaking around, you hiding, pimp, player. And then all the guys doing it. Never really, I was not meeting men that said, man, I'm faithful. Man, I'm 100% faithful. I met one guy when I was in college as a cheater. I met one guy who said he was 100% faithful. And that guy is a pastor today, actually. He said he was 100% faithful, but then he went on a date with another young lady, and his lady was back home. And I'm like, now hold on now, you say you're 100% faithful now. If your girlfriend knew you went out to eat with this other girl up here at the college, do you think she would think that's faithfulness? And then I don't know, because he wasn't the type to kiss and tell, and this was a white guy. I don't know if he did anything more. I don't know. So I can't say for sure. But other than that, I never met a man when I was in college who was like, man, I'm faithful with my girl. And bragging about it and happy about it. Never did. And then guys try to act like today that, oh, but it also, I was a football player. So it's different when you're an athlete, because when you're an athlete, you're an alpha male. And especially on the campus. So you seem different than the boys who just go to school just to go to school. When you playing a sport there, the women see you differently. And they treat you differently, and they after you. They chasing you. They asking you, do you want some of this? You ain't even got to go after them. They coming to you. And that's the crazy part, because it was women that was reaching out to me, asking me, hey, you want to come over? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do that? I'm like, man, they ain't got to work for it. And so guess what? When you used to that, and you done been through that, that's always going to come back here and there. That's always going to pop up. Just the thought, the idea. And the reason why I'm doing this video on that, because I know that's other men struggling. And that's why I don't, when I look at a man, he's showing off his relationship and all of that, I don't look too deep into it. Like, I don't think to myself like, oh man, he doing good, man, they such an amazing couple. You know what I think to myself? I think, boy, he got to get past this test right here. Then he got to pass this test right here. Then he got to pass this type of test. Then he got to pass this type of test. Then he got to pass this type of test. And boy, look here. Let me tell you what I had to do to get past all that. I don't gamble. I don't smoke. I don't get drunk. I don't go to the club. I don't watch porn. I don't go to the strip club. I don't watch soft porn. I don't watch semi. And then when I look at the man, I say, now listen, I wonder if he got that kind of discipline to abstain from all of those vices. And if he is willing to do all of that, he gonna have a chance at being faithful. But if he ain't willing to give up all of those vices, it's gonna be a very long road. And I don't think he gonna make it. See, a man could go off his own will for a year, 2 years, 3 years, some men 5 years. But life always gonna give you a test. That's why you can't lean on yourself. That's why you got to get to know God. You can't lean on yourself. You got to get to know God. That's why I'm doing this video. I'm doing this video because this is a part of my accountability. This is a part of my accountability by me helping somebody else that hold me even more accountable. And to keep my past, to keep my past transgressions and the old me, to keep that in the past. That's what that's about. And so I need you to realize and understand that this, what I want men to realize is, when you get ready to cheat, what you have to understand is, at any given time, you could lose it all. Because the woman that you cheat with can be crazy, even though she ain't shown it. And when she doesn't get what she wants, she can expose you. She can expose you, or she can have you set up, have you kill, have you rob, have the brakes beat off for you. Or the woman get ready to expose you, and you can't have that. And now you got to take her out. I seen that not long ago. I don't know if it was on the news or what, but it was a brother in Memphis or somewhere, was a school teacher or something like that, and cheated on his wife, and the woman got ready to come out, and he killed the lady. He killed her, but he got caught. And it's like, wow. So you mean to tell me? And see, this what we need to think about as men. I was about to say, this is what I need men to think about. All of us got to think about this, though. All of us got to think about this. If we got so much to lose, then why, to where you will take a whole life, you will take a woman from her mama, from her daddy, from her sister, brother, niece, and nephew, cousin, co-workers, students, clients, whatever. You will erase this woman from the face of the earth. Is a nut worth that? Is that nut that good, gonna be that good, that you will take a life and ruin you will be better off just getting exposed for cheating. You'll be better off just accepting your consequences. And if that means being alienated in the community, if that means being divorced by your wife, I mean, a lot of times the women don't even come out. It's a lot of men cheating and the women ain't coming out. They in an affair right now and the women ain't coming out. And see, listen, me personally, that's one way you can know I'm not in no affair. Because if I was in an affair, I would not be poking the bear. But see, a lot of people still too dumb to know that women are human. And if you gonna antagonize that woman, you gonna poke the bear, and you gonna keep talking about, oh, how great a man you is, and how faithful you is, and how much a family man you is, and that woman sitting over there single, and all she getting is some hard angling from you every now and then, and you done gave her a promise that your marriage is messed up and you gonna leave your woman. or even if you haven't given her promise, that promise, that's what she hoping for, that's what she waiting on. Listen, you gonna catch that woman on a bad day, and she gonna expose it all. She going to expose it all because of the promises you done made her, verbally or non-verbally. And this what got to be understood. You also have to understand, as a man, that when you sleep with this woman, you do not know if the test she showed you was real. When you sleep with this woman, you could catch something that you may never be able to get rid of. And it could be something as simple as herpes. It could be something as simple as that. And then when you have your breakout, for some reason your wife smelling pheromones on you, and she come to rip your clothes off, and you done had your breakout, and ain't nothing, and it ain't no way you can hide that breakout. You through dealing. You caught up, my boy. It's a wrap for you. It is a wrap for you. There you go. Now your wife done find out, or you can't be all of a sudden now you want to put on a condom for whatever STD you got, and now your wife got it, and she like, whoa, hold on now, or your girlfriend, fiance, whatever it is, whoa, hold on now, because she knows she ain't messing with nobody. So you had to go out somewhere and get that. And guess what? You could say, oh, I'm going to put on a condom. That's what they call them, genital warts. And that's what herpes, that's skin contact. But even worse, you could catch syphilis, HIV, or whatever else concoctions that's out there. You got to think about that. And is it worth altering your life for the rest of your life? Is that little raggedy nut worth altering your life for the rest of your life? You'd be better off getting some Vaseline or some lotion or whatever you like to use. And that sin there is still gonna be sin, but it ain't gonna have the same repercussions. And I ain't condoning it now, but I'm just telling you, if you're gonna be a fool, you might as well be a fool in the bathroom with your hand than with a woman. If you absolutely have to be a fool. Now listen to me. The next thing what you have to realize is that when you sleep with that woman, she could very well have a crazy boyfriend, a crazy baby daddy, a crazy brother, a crazy lover. She could very well have that. And he don't know that she's sleeping with you. He think they together. He thinks she belongs to him, but she ain't satisfied with him. She trying to climb up the ladder, and she thinking she gonna take you from your woman. So then, guess what? You sleep with her, and you lose your life. You lose your life. And the only reason why, just what somebody told me about the rapper. They said it was a rapper. I think they said his name was Trouble. And they say his life was taken by the boyfriend or the baby daddy of a woman he was sleeping with. And I bet, and if I remember correctly, it looked like the man maybe was either heavyset, the killer was either heavyset or bald head or something that made him just a little looks challenged compared to the man who life he took. And that woman, she probably had told the dude she was done, or maybe she was trying to let him go, or maybe she was flat out cheating. And if that ain't what happened in that case, then I'm sure it's thousands of cases where it has happened, so it still all applies. But, or she could have just been flat out cheating because she thinking, oh, this man got money, but this guy over here safe, but before I break up with him, I'm gonna see if this over here gonna turn into something real. And if it turn into something real, then I got my exit strategy, then I'm gonna cut Buddy loose. Buddy caught him. Boom, life lost. life lost. See, a man is ashamed to say that he took a life over a woman. Men ashamed to say that. So do you know that there are hundreds of thousands of men who have lost their life due to a woman? You see what I mean? Like, we could look at a man who lost his life and we could think that it was because of a drug deal gone bad, or because of snitching, or because of just gang war. And it literally could have been because the guy had done slept with the woman of that other guy. And nobody knew it but them three. But just because of what they tied into, we assume, oh, that was a rap beef. Oh, that was a gang beef. Oh, that was a drug beef, street beef, snitch beef, whatever it is. And it literally could have been over a woman. A lot of times it is over a woman. A lot of times. And so that's what you got to realize and understand. It's never worth it. And I'm gonna tell you, it have been some times to where in my life, in my career, and in my life, to where I done met a woman just randomly, you know, just in the airport or in a restaurant, and just happened to be right there in the vicinity, and she be about to bump into me, or right there, or I be need to use the chair or use the charger. Oh yeah, excuse me. Are you using this? Oh no, all right, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it really sucks. It's just not a lot of places. Yeah, I know, that was, that's crazy how that worked. And just sitting there having a normal conversation. And then in my head, I'm like, man, this lady really pretty. Then I'm like, okay, well, hey, man, now you hear the little devil on your shoulder. Man, you could get that phone number. Nah, hey, just crack up a little friendship. Nah, hey, have a little friendship. Number a little friendship. And then I suppress it, go on about my business, and next thing you know, I get a DM. Hey, it was so great meeting you. I thought I recognized you. I thought I knew you. And you know what? Y'all got to forgive me. I'm finna use my grandma term. Heifer, you know that was me. You just wanted to see if I was finna cheat. Listen to me. What I have learned about women. And a lot of women know this now. They might not want to admit it. A lot of women know this. A woman will know exactly who a man is. And it ain't talking about just celebrities and athletes and all of that. She could know that you is Brenda's husband. But she don't like Brenda because Brenda be fly. You hear me? Brenda be fly. So she want to see if you gonna shoot your shot so that she can go tell every woman on the job that Brenda's husband tried to holler at her. And she don't even like you. For whatever reason. She jealous of Brenda, but she don't like your crooked teeth. Or she don't like your bald head. Or she don't like your height. She don't like your weight. She don't like your breath. She don't like the way you dress. It's something about you where she don't even want you. But she want to have one up on your wife or your girlfriend or your fiance. So she will sit there and act like she don't know who you is, but because she's so jealous of your woman, and you don't even know that because you is with your woman, and because of how you have been known to treat her, that it's a lot of women in your city that's jealous of her. And you don't even got a clue. And the woman you hollering at, that you think that you finna just shoot your shot, be able to get you a little something on the side, and don't even realize that this woman went to high school with your woman. Listen, this is happening every day to everyday men who are not politicians, not, a big name in the city, not an athlete, not a celebrity. And this is what I want men to start thinking about. It's never worth it. Cheating is never worth it. Cheating is never worth it. And although we shouldn't be exchanging one for the other, sometimes you have to do. Sometimes when you on that ledge, you got to do a process of elimination. Sometimes when you're on that ledge, you got to do risk assessment. And you got to say, hey, man, I want me nut outside of my woman so bad. So bad. And when you get to that point and you say, man, I want that woman here, I want that woman there because of her booty, because of her breast, because of her face, because of this, because of that, whatever it may be, guess what? I'm urging you to abstain, because it is never worth it. It is never worth it. And if you can't abstain, you bet off. And I don't condone this now, but this is life and death. If you got to get that phone, or you got to get that phone, you better off there. And see, I know it's gonna be some ignorant women who want to be ignorant like the ignorant men. Oh, I tell you, you condone it. Pornography, you condone it. Oh, listen. With some men, you ain't gonna be able to have it all. Some men is in a place in their life to where you better be glad that he in the bathroom with Angela, then outside catching STD, bringing it home to you. And then eventually he will grow and get the strength to where he don't even have to deal with Angela. But you got to understand. You got to understand, and you got to realize that if he doing that, that's between him and God. And he got to answer to God. And he got to deal with God when he doing that. But if he go out and bring a third party, go to dealing with a third party, now that's what you really don't want. And why? Because now that other woman know now. Now that woman know. And guess what? Ain't no secrets. That woman gonna tell her best friend. Whether that's her sister, her mama, or actual, best friend outside of her kinfolk. But that woman gonna tell somebody. And then guess what? The woman she tell, although she think that woman is for her, and that's her friend, that woman finna tell somebody, even if it's her mama. Her mama finna tell. Her sister finna tell. And then guess what? Now when it get that far, now ain't no loyalty now. Ain't no loyalty now. So now everybody and their mama finna know. And it's gonna travel one person at a time. It's gonna travel one person at a time. But that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna travel one person at a time now. And guess what? Eventually it's gonna come out. Meaning back to you. Back to the woman. Back to you if you the woman, or back to the man. It's coming out. And that's what you have to realize. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. And see, this is the thought process, because wherever there is temptation, there is a way of escape. Wherever there is temptation, there is a way of escape. And so this is what the Lord gave to me. This is what the Lord gave me. When I was growing, maturing, learning how to be married, how to be faithful, the Lord started to show me this is the way of escape. Started to show me all these different options, all these different thoughts, these different, like, listen, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. And you never know. You never know. Because when it happened, it's too late. It's too late. You can't say, oh no, I didn't think this was going to be the one. Lord, please take back these herpes, or please take back this HIV, or please make her get rid of the child. Lord, please, I ain't know that was going to be the one. I thought I had one more thing of grace. Nope. When you staring that barrel, when you staring down that barrel, you looking down the barrel of that gun, Lord, please, please, please don't let this be the one. Nope. It's too late. It's too late. So you got to process this before. And you know, and what you got to realize is, yes, it's going to happen. You know why it's going to happen? Because you breaking a covenant against God. You making a fool of God. You trying to make a fool of God. And God will not be mocked. God will not be mocked. So if the Holy Bible says it's better to marry than to burn, then the Bible is in favor of marriage. Marriage is of God. So when you trying to go against God, you are going to pay a price. So if you lose your life or you catch a disease, guess what? You asked for it. Or if you lose your livelihood because you get exposed, guess what? You asked for it. All for a moment of pleasure, or moments of pleasure. And so then you got to ask yourself, wow, was it really worth it? Was it really worth it? I risked all that. I did all that. Was it really worth it? The answer is always no. It's never worth it. It is never worth it. Because guess what? When that stuff come out of you, it don't matter where it's at, who it's with, how long it took, it all feel the same. It all feel the same. So if you down that bad, and see, sometimes we don't communicate. Sometimes we don't communicate. See, sometimes people think they have more grace than they do. But if you say, hey, baby, I'm getting ready to cheat. Like, if you turn me down one more week, talking about you got a headache, and you tired, and you not budgeting your life and getting your life in order, that's what they sell Excedrin for. That's why they got pillows, so you could go your butt to sleep. But listen, you keep, doing how you doing, I'm getting ready to cheat. Now, if your woman say, cheat then, I don't care. Now, for one, she lying. But two, if she telling the truth, you might as well get a divorce. Because if she can't sacrifice for you, she out of the covenant anyways. She out of the covenant. She done broke the covenant anyways. And then don't let these little raggedy therapists, the sex, marital, they try to say marital R word because a couple is saying we have to sleep together. Yes, you got to sleep together. Yes, you have to sacrifice Even the man gonna have to sacrifice at some point, because when women get in their 40s, they be in their sexual prime. Some of them probably in their 50s. So where a woman be tired in her 30s, especially if she have kids, it's always an adjustment in them 30s. And you'll notice a lot of women in their 30s be more lazy and ran down than women in their 40s and 50s. But it's women in their 40s, in their prime. So guess what? The man's starting to go down in his 40s. Yeah, he still could do stuff, but it ain't like he was at 22. So guess what? Then the man got to sacrifice, because he gonna be like, hey, I'm tired now. Yeah, you tired, but your wife work with a young 22-year-old that's trying to put thing on her every week, making her feel like Stella. So you keep telling your wife you tired, because you dealing with that ED. You better get on that site where they selling them blue pills and deal with it. Same thing with the woman. Hey, you better find some broccoli pills or something and get your life together. Because listen, you got to come together. You got to come together in that marriage, because it's y'all against the world. It's y'all in that spiritual warfare. And so if you against each other, you ain't coming together, then you working against each other. And that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you greatly. Y'all forgive me. I done got my wife an iced coffee and a hot tea, because I ain't know which one she'll want. And I wanted to surprise her, because I had went out today to the movie for my self-care. And yeah, this something you got to do too in your marriage and in your relationship. You got to have your me time and your self-care, but then you still do something to let your partner know that you thinking about them. And so my wife, she wanted to do stuff. She had stuff she needed to do at the house, so she couldn't go out to the movie. And me, because I deal with so many people problems, I have to make sure that I find some time to wind down and to reset. So sometimes people say, Tony, what you do for fun? I go to the movie. And me and my wife already went to the movies earlier. I think we went Friday night. But see, me, I love the movies. So me, I go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it just ain't realistic with my wife, because she don't like going to the movies that much. Now, if it was a concert, now that'd be different. She love a concert. But to the movies, a little different. So, hey, listen to me. Male and female, whichever side you on, I want you to think about those repercussions. Think about the consequences of your choices now, before you choose to cheat. Before you cheat, hear me out. Before you cheat, listen back to it, because I'm telling you, cheating is a grave sin. All sin is sin, but not all sin have the same consequences. Because when you're sinning against your body, you could pay twice. Some sin gonna live with you forever. You take a life, you never gonna forget that. That sin gonna live with you forever. You steal, that ain't gonna be the same as taking a life. Now, it could have repercussions. You could lose your life. So eventually, you keep on stealing, yeah, you're gonna lose your life, or you're gonna lose your freedom. And then when you lose your freedom, you could lose your life in there, behind bars. Or want to take your life. See, the wages of sin is death. So all sin don't cost you the same, because it don't cost at the same time. And it don't cost in the same way. But any sin, you keep going, you keep doing it, it's only one exit. And that's an early death. Whether that's literally or metaphorically. So, hey, it's Tony Gasson. God bless you. You made it back home. Listen to this 2-3 times. Get this in your spirit. We'll talk soon.